Hey there, Dino Watt here, and welcome back to the 21 Days to Master Your Time, Business, and Relationships. Congratulations. Congratulations for being here on day 2. You've come back, and I want to thank you for that because you're proving to yourself that you're dedicated to becoming the top 5% of all business owners that actually put education as a priority into their business. Over the next 21 days, you're going to get a lot more clarity on how to become a better leader, more understanding on how to strengthen your relationships, and more focus on taking care of you, which is so important. I don't know how to stress that enough. Thank you so much. I'm excited for you to be on this journey. And in the first video, we cracked the code to true financial capital by exposing that financial equation and how most people are only focused on a portion of the equation, their mental capital, right? Therefore, they're not actually getting the results that they want. So if you haven't seen video 1, I really hope you go back and check that out because it's very important to understand how that financial equation affects you in all aspects of your life. In this second video, we're going to discuss truly the only map that you'll ever need for success in both your personal and your professional life. You know, it's a critical map that most people either don't have or they actually don't take seriously enough, and I'm truly excited to share it with you. It's one of my favorite topics to talk about, and I do over and over and over again. It's actually one of those things that I feel is the foundation to every business. And I teach it so often because it easily can be implemented, and it's so transformational with the results once you actually do it. When you master your time, business, and your relationships, the results just start piling up in your life. Now, the map that I'm talking about here, they're your core values. Just like a good map is guaranteed to guide you from where you are to where you want to be, good core values. And when I'm talking about good, I mean strong core values, clear core values, congruent core values that actually motivate and move people. They will always direct you to the success that you're looking for if you actually use them for what they're intended. But sadly and unfortunately, most companies, and if you can relate to this, I'm not trying to make you feel guilt or anything, I just want you to see, I want you to have some clarity here, right? But most companies look at their core values as nice exercises that they once did in a weekend seminar. Many will have created them by choosing generic words that maybe their branding person or their marketing person told them would look really good on a business card or on their website. But that is not what true core values are meant to be. When done right, true core values, strong core values, are literally the roadmap to your success and will guide you directly to the vision that you have for both your business and your life. Let me show you that, okay? So take a moment and consider how you currently make decisions in your business or at your home. When it comes to hiring people for your team and even firing, or as I like to call it, loving them into another job, what is the decision predicated on? Not sometimes, but every time. At home, how do you and your spouse determine what to spend money on or how much to save or what experiences you want to have as a family or even what you expect from your kids? Are you consistent with your decisions based upon your values, or are you like 95% of people and make them based upon knee-jerk moods and current emotions? When you have true core values, the decisions are always made ahead of time, not based upon your mood or your decision or your emotions, but from a place of integrity. Core values that actually are valued, sorry to be redundant, can bring you newfound life into your business and your personal life, but only if they're strong or if they mean something and they're congruent with how you and your team show up every single day. So the question is, obviously, well, how can you tell if your core values that you're choosing or have chosen are strong? Well, I have a little test that's going to help you out with this, right? It's a test I call the, well, I would hope so test. If you can say, well, I would hope so, after hearing that core value, it's not strong enough. It's generic. It's made up. It doesn't move the needle. This simple test alone, it'll let you see if those core values that you claim to be our core values are basic, bland, corporate-sounding platitudes, or if they actually pack some meaning behind them and they hold you to a higher standard. And above all else, if they have a commitment behind them. So let me explain. Okay, so say that one of your core values, I'm going to go very generic here, but one of your core values are, we are honest. Okay, well think about that. Is it real? does it really pack a punch? Does it really tell me who you are? Not really, right? It's very generic. See, because every business out there, they should be honest. That's kind of a basic necessity, not something that should be the determining factor of setting you apart from others out there as your competition. Because I guarantee you that your competition also says that they're honest too. No one says, hey, we're a dishonest company. They might be a dishonest company in your experience, but they don't claim that as a core value. So if everyone claims that the core value of, well, we're honest, how should a potential client actually weigh their decision on who to choose? Does that make sense? Now, if you wanted to go beyond the trite, we're honest, and separate your business from all the competition as well as a way to hold your team to a higher standard, you could easily say something like, your company guarantees radical transparency. Now, claiming you give radical transparency to your clients is a whole nother phrase, right? It takes you to a whole new level. I mean, if you were a potential customer deciding between a company that promised radical transparency versus your competitors were honest, which one would you be inclined to give your business to? Right? You probably get the point. But let's look at one of my favorites, the oft-claimed great customer service is a core value. Now, if you put it to the I would hope so test, does it pass it? Again, who doesn't say that in their business? Who says, we give crappy customer service? No one. So how could you make it real? How could you make it pack some punch and meaning with it? Well, what if instead of saying that you give great customer service, you declare that you're committed to being the best part of your customer's day? Or we wow our clients every time. You see how those speak beyond just the basic of we give great customer service and deliver a commitment both to how you show up for your customers and as a team, and also how they will perceive you. This is why I call it your roadmap. When you have values like these, the way you make decisions in all areas of your life and your business, it becomes much easier and more clear. As a leader, it allows you to empower your team to make great decisions. Let me give you an example of a business owner who was able to do just that. He's an orthodontist client of mine out of Arizona, and he called me just a few weeks ago telling me the story about how having real core values, it really took the weight off of his shoulders and helped his team make an otherwise tough decision. This orthodontist had about a year ago decided that he would stop being a preferred provider due to this one insurance company. And a particular family had already been in once before their child's braces, but now their second child needed the same treatment. And the mother was kind of upset that the discount that she got for her first child years ago was no longer valid. So she called in and complained to the office manager. Well, in an effort to appease the mother, the office manager and a couple other team members went to the orthodontist and explained her unique situation. And based upon the core value of superhero empowerment that he had in the team, he allowed them to make the decision. So they decided to honor her discount from before. So when the office manager called the mother to tell her the good news, the mother retorted with a list of brand new demands that were far above and beyond the regular scope of the treatment. So now the office manager, she had to go back to the orthodontist, and she was a little confused and frustrated about what to do. And the orthodontist, all he did is he said, well, when you made the original offer to her, were you guided by the core values? And the answer was yes. All right, what about her demands? How do they fit into our core values? So the office manager, she just decided to go talk it over with the other teammates and said, how can we make this based upon our core values? How can we make this decision based upon our core values? And so they decided, no. When we look at our core values and make a decision, if we're going to bend it for this person, we had already decided a little bit that we were going to help her out because we wanted to give stellar customer service that way, right? Wanted to exceed their expectations, wanted to give them wow customer service. But they couldn't go any further than that because she was asking too much. So they decided if she chose to see another office for her son's treatment, that would be unfortunate, but that would be okay. There are more customers. There's no shortage of clients is what their attitude was. But that they would only give the original discount to her. So what was the resolve? Well, this orthodontist was thrilled. Because he had his core values laid out, his team could make an executive decision without his time or energy being wasted. His team had been empowered to evaluate the situation and make the right decision. Your core values give you the answers you need to every question. When you have your own personal core values detailed, you can turn to them anytime you want. Anytime that you're unsure of what to do next, you can look at your core values. And yes, you should have your own personal set of core values, as well as core values for the company. They should be separate. Your own personal core values, they will make those difficult decisions and questions seem really cut and dry. When you make the decision based upon your core values, you're not only standing up for what you believe in, you're showing the rest of the world that you know what you're doing and who you are. Strong, powerful, dedicated, committed core values are the fastest way to step into your role as a leader and be seen as someone that people can truly look up to. Because your core values will always take you from good to great. Thank you so much for joining me on this video today. I'll be posting another video tomorrow about how more time, it won't just magically fall into your lap, and how you have to make it happen. You'll learn why the most successful people, that they're managing their time very specifically, and why most people aren't managing their time correctly, and that you can avoid those mistakes. You'll also discover what top earners do every week to ensure that their schedule works for them, not the other way around. Thank you again for watching this video about your core values or your personal roadmap to success.